Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Masters of Public Administration program. My name is Dr. Joe Jaksa, and I am the MPA coordinator of this program. A little bit of an interesting situation, two things before we get started. I, as some of you know, am an alum of this program. If you look over my shoulder, you see that red diploma. That is my graduate degree from SVSU. Well, this was back a few years ago, and things have changed dramatically since then, but you're talking to an alum, you're talking to a Cardinal, and I couldn't be happier to be in this position. Because of that, I'm now in my 10th year as the MPA coordinator. So I've been doing this for a while. We've made some great improvements as we have gone along, making some adjustments to the program, enhancing the program, strengthening the program. So on behalf of my faculty in the program, who are just phenomenal, welcome to each and every one of you. We're glad you're here, and we're looking forward to working with you very soon.
Awesome. So my first question that came up is, how will classes be taught?
Well, one of the changes that we made a couple years ago to the MPA program is we are now 100% online. Every class that we have is now in an online format. So we saw this as being beneficial to each and every applicant and student. Some people kind of run into the situation where they like the classroom environment, but believe me, for a graduate program, we think it's very respectful for folks because you've got jobs, many of you have families, and the online format gives you flexibility. So being that the case, it was our challenge to give you a flexible program, but yet still make sure the rigor is there for your learning and for a graduate program, and we've accomplished that.
Awesome. And so assignments and everything will be located online for students, or how can they access their assignments?
Students, we do everything on the Canvas site, on the SVSU Canvas program. So each and every class will be on Canvas. So that's how you will find your classes, depending on which one. For example, if you're in MPA 510, once you register, that'll come up on Canvas, and the good Professor Mark Nickel will, by the first day of class, have things up and rolling for you. So that's what we use. We found it to be very user-friendly, and hope that our students do as well.
Awesome. How many credits do you suggest a student takes each semester?
Well, Hannah, that's going to depend on the student. Now, in our program, this is different than undergraduate. In our grad program, 9 credits is full-time. That's a full-time load. We have 3 credit classes, so you're talking about 3 classes. The thing to keep in mind is the rigor of a graduate program is greater than that you've ran into in the undergrad programs. We expect, deeper thought, better work. We're pushing you to the next level. So a lot of times students will come in and they'll say, Dr. Jaksa, I want to go full time. And I'll say it's 9 credits. Like, I want to take more. No, you don't. No, you really don't. You want to just make sure that you stick with the program. Now, listen, the other thing a lot of people don't realize is you have literally 7 years to get done with this program. 7 years. So work at a pace that's good for you. If you've got, when I was a student back in the dark ages in this program, I took basically 1 class a semester because I was working 50 to 60 hours a week and had a family. So that was all that I could really put in, and I would go, fall, winter, and then, a spring class, then to give myself a little time to decompress. So that full-time is 9 credits. Do what's best for you because you've got time to get it done.
Awesome. If a student wants to know what classes they should take, what's the best way for them to find out each semester what classes they should take?
This is always something that I'm the person who does the advising for the program. So ladies and gentlemen, if you need to get a hold of me, the best thing to do is send me an email, and that's jjjaksa, 3 J's, jjjaksa@svsu.edu. even via email, I can help with you. The thing to keep in mind is that a lot of people are saying, even right now, Dr. Jaksa, what's the schedule for next year? We're not to that point yet. We do our scheduling in the fall semester. So we'll be working on it very soon to see who's available, meeting the faculty. So questions about schedules, I'm the guy. Please feel free to get a hold of me. I can help you. It may take a couple of emails to say, what classes have you had? If I'm not in my office at the university, I don't have access to everything at home, but I can certainly help you through and make those recommendations. Hannah, the other thing for the students to keep in mind is that we don't have prerequisites in our program. And this can be a double-edged sword because our classes are listed either as MPA for obviously Masters of Public Administration or LS for Leadership and Service. They fall under both of those categories because we share a couple of our classes with the different college. So those leadership and service classes were intended for multiple graduate programs to use them. So the thing to keep in mind is watch those classes, but also to try to do your best. For example, you don't want to jump in and start taking MPA 670 or 680. Those are our highest numbered classes. Start at the bottom, start in the 500s so you can become acclimated to the expectations of graduate work, because obviously as you progress in the program, those expectations will increase as well.
Thank you. That's fairly great to know. So looking at your program, what would you say is the most difficult aspect for a student?
I would say the most difficult aspect for a lot of students, and they've told me this, is the online format. If you are used to the face-to-face classroom thing, you really have to be disciplined. And my advice is to literally schedule time every week to work on your classes like you would a meeting. Those of you who also have jobs, you're trying to schedule things around the jobs, but making sure that you keep up with things. Because, for example, let me use in my classes, new assignments post at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. Now be careful, that's just me. Different professors, that's the other thing to keep in mind. They'll open their assignments at different times. They'll have due dates at different times. So keep that in mind. So pay attention to those details and it'll help.
Within the program, who would you identify as a resource for students to go to?
Again, you're looking at him. I'm the guy who wears that hat as well. I'm there to help you with the advising. I'm there to help you with any concerns that you have. That's part of my job as MPA coordinator, is kind of your one-stop shop for any sort of help or advice. Get a hold of me. That's my job and I'm happy to do it.
Awesome. You and your other faculty members are awesome, but what kind of strengths do the faculty members possess within the program and kind of help students reach their full potential?
We have a great group of faculty. The majority of the people who teach in the MPA program are full-time faculty at SVSU. That was one of the things that I really wanted to work hard on, is to establish a good group of faculty members, and we've got that. We come from such diverse disciplines, Hannah. We've got a professor from Health and Human Services who teaches, healthcare leadership, but she also teaches our HR class, Marilyn Skaraki. She's phenomenal and knows her stuff. We've got people from the communication department. We've got folks from political science. We've got folks from criminal justice. And this year we have a new faculty member coming in from the College of Education, who, between you and I, Hannah, this is between the two of us. So she used to be a director at NASA in Washington, D.C. So it's phenomenal. So, if you want to talk about public administration, our faculty, any of the folks on our faculty are there to help, and they've got the background, both academic and practical. I'm an old 20-year veteran of working in the criminal justice field. We can help you not only theoretically, but practically to get you ready to go out and be a rock star when you're done.
Awesome. So after a student has completed the MPA and they were successful, do you recommend continuing on for a PhD or continued education?
We have a great option that we don't necessarily advertise it because it can be kind of confusing. We have, if anybody is literally interested in going toward a PhD, and I was that guy, okay, I did that myself. We have 2 additional classes for you to take. That is a master's thesis, a full-blown master's thesis. And it's our recommendation that people who want to pursue their PhD take those 6 extra credits. These are above and beyond the classes that are required, but it'll help enhance your portfolio, your vita, so when you go to apply for PhD programs or EDD programs, okay, those are very popular as well. So yes, if you want to continue on, we do have students that are using this as a stepping stone to go on with their career and earn that PhD. We're ready for that as well.
Awesome. One of my final questions that kind of came up is employment opportunities after graduation or even while a student is in the program.
The thing that's great about the Masters of Public Administration program is, a lot of people don't understand what public administration is. It's massive, Hannah. We're talking nonprofit organizations, not-for-profit organizations, government organizations, the criminal justice field. And then we are the only program in the state of Michigan that also does a higher ed, a student affairs track. So, we have a number of students that are interested in that student affairs track because they want to go on and work in the non-academic side at colleges and universities, okay, support services and, advising and everything of that, all those great people, career services, you name it. So we've had a number of students at SVSU go through that program, but then we've got a lot of students who want to eventually lead or run their own nonprofit or not-for-profit. Many of our students are taking these classes that are enrolled in this program so they can be considered for promotions and other opportunities in not only their current career field, but maybe they want to switch to a different organization and they become more marketable with the degrees. So there are a lot of, as big and wide as MPA actually is, the opportunities are there for people with master's degree or the individuals who have the master's degree to get promoted within their own organization.
Awesome. So definitely a good return on investment.
Absolutely. We're all about ROI, no doubt about it.
Good. My final question then is just the best way to contact you as the program coordinator.
Email is going to be it. In these uncertain times in this COVID world that we live in right now, I always joke with my undergrads, when I put a syllabus together, I say, there's my phone number, don't call me. It's my office phone number, and they're kind of looking at me like, what? Email me. During the academic year, during fall and winter semesters, I will check my email literally 7 days a week, and I am not exaggerating. If you have a question for me, if you have a concern that you'd like to share with me, if you're looking for advising anything, go ahead and email me at jjjaksa@svsu.edu. Give me 24 hours during the week. If the weekend's a little hectic, give me 48 hours, worst case scenario, to Monday morning. I'm a morning guy. Hannah knows that. I respond first thing in the morning. I'm old. I'm up early, so expect those returns because absolutely, again, as a former student in the program, I always appreciated when my professors got back with me promptly because we're all busy. We all got things to do, but, we have to be respectful to you and your schedule, but don't hesitate to reach out to me via email. If we need to have a conversation, Hannah, what I'll do is, maybe we'll get on Microsoft Teams, maybe we'll get on Zoom, maybe we'll have a phone call. If it's something that's a little bit more elaborate than, an email can handle. But we'll figure that out as we go. Absolutely. So, just know that I'm here, that if you've got any concerns or questions, get a hold of me.